Good afternoon, Ms. Chairwoman and members of the subcommittee. My name is Eric Alva. I was a Staff Sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. I am honored to testify today and to share my experiences with the subcommittee. Thank you for holding this hearing. I grew up in a military family in Texas. My father served in Vietnam, my grandfather in World War II. I guess you could say that service was in my blood. I inherited my middle name, Fidelis, from my father and grandfather. As you know, the Marine Credo, Semper Fi, is short for Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Loyalty is literally my middle name. So I guess you could say that serving my country was my calling. I joined the military because I wanted to serve. I joined the Marines because I wanted a challenge. I was 19 years old. I was patriotic, idealistic, and also gay. For 13 years, I served in the Marine Corps. I served in Somalia during Operation Restore Hope. I loved the discipline and the camaraderie. What I hated was concealing part of who I am. My military service came to an end on March 21st, 2003. 3 hours into the invasion of Iraq, we had stopped to wait for orders. I went back to the Humvee to retrieve something. To this day, I can't remember what. And as I crossed that dusty patch of desert for the third time that day, I triggered a landmine. I was thrown through the air, landing 10 or 15 feet away from the vehicle. The pain was unimaginable. My fellow Marines were rushing to my aid, cutting away my uniform to assess the damage and treat my wounds. I remember wondering why they weren't removing my right boot. It wasn't until later that I had realized it was because that leg was already gone. When I regained consciousness in a hospital tent outside Kuwait City, my right leg was gone. My left leg was broken, and my right arm permanently damaged. I also had the dubious honor of being the first American injured in the Iraq War. I received the Purple Heart, along with visits from the President and the First Lady. I was told I was a hero. That landmine may have put an end to my military career that day, but it didn't put an end to my secret. That would come years later, when I realized that I had fought and nearly died to secure the rights for others that I myself was not free to enjoy. I had proudly served a country that was not proud of me. More importantly, my experiences proved all the arguments against open service by gays and lesbians. I knew I had to share my story. Even under the military's don't ask, don't tell law, I was out to a lot of my fellow Marines. The typical reaction from my fellow service members, so what? I was the same person, I did my job well, and that's all they cared about. Today, I am godfather to 3 of those men's children. Normally, I was cautious about whom I divulged my secret to. I felt I had to be. Then one evening, out with some guys from our unit, I let my guard down. One of the guys commented on some women in the bar when my response was less than enthusiastic. He asked me jokingly if I was gay. As a matter of fact, I am, I responded. He swore to keep my secret, but I suppose he thought I was just too good a piece of gossip to pass up. He was wrong. No one he told cared. The response from everyone was the same as it had been from the friends in whom I confided. So what? I was still Eric, still one of them, still a Marine. I was still trusted. That was a very powerful thing for me, that I still had their trust, because the supporters of Don't Ask, Don't Tell are right about one thing. Unit cohesion is essential. What my experience proves is that they're wrong about how to achieve it. My being gay and even many of my colleagues knowing about it didn't damage unit cohesion. They put their lives in my hands, and when I was injured, they risked their lives to save mine. My experience gives me confidence in our military men and women. I am confident that just as they are capable of immense professionalism and dedication to duty, putting their lives on the line every day, our soldiers are equally capable of putting aside personal bias and standing shoulder to shoulder with gay, lesbian, and bisexual service members. They are there to fulfill a mission. Just as my unit and I were. They will do their duty. As a former Marine and patriotic American, I am horrified that Don't Ask, Don't Tell forces trained and ready troops to choose between serving their country and living openly, a choice I myself would have been faced with had a landmine not made it for me. I am appalled that Don't Ask, Don't Tell forces the involuntary separation of thousands of skilled service members during a time of war, threatening our country's military readiness for no good reason. My experiences serving in the military demonstrate that Don't Ask, Don't Tell is an outdated, useless law. Since leaving the military, the opportunities I've had to speak with Americans, both gay and straight, have showed time and again that the American people support open service by gay, lesbian, and bisexual troops. Those who support Don't Ask, Don't Tell claim they do so in the interest of unit cohesion. Well, as a former Marine, I can tell you what it takes to build unit cohesion: trust. And I can also tell you that Don't
Sergeant
Ask,
Alva,
Don't Tell...
I'm sorry, but could you finish your remarks very quickly?
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am. I can also tell you that Don't Ask, Don't Tell does nothing but undercut the trust, and with it, our nation's security. I urge the members of the subcommittee to rethink this failed law. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr.